Hi folks, back in the gem fields with Darren, Gold's Gems, Treasure and Fish. Here we are today. We're going to do an episode on power sluicing the Queensland gem fields. Okay, now behind me, I'll just show you around here. Very unusual for the Queensland gem fields, but it's all green. We've had some rain. Now it's been a week or so, and the puddles are starting to dry up, and no better time to do some power sluicing. I'll show you what I mean. Should be heavy. Let's test the theory. Here's our little washout hole. What do I mean by power sluice? Rightio. We've got a valley. There's diggings, God knows what on every side. Okay. Now in the middle of that, there's going to be a whole heap of wash. Yes, some of it will be from other people's diggings, and it won't be worth much. But also, any gems that get missed, or any gems that are in that top layer of soil or on the side of the sluice itself, are going to get deposited and reconcentrated naturally. Now let's have a look at this area here. I've got something between 500 and 300 mils wide. Now let's have a look at this. Okay, little grey, rubbishy type gravel. A little bit of gravel on that edge. Not great, won't get much in that. But as you come up, now the opposite to a low pressure area where it expands, what I like to find is these areas. Now we've done a bit of digging here and we've dug that out, but those rocks were all through there like that. Move that top layer of rocks and straight away you'll see the gravel in amongst it. Look how much bigger it is than when we come back down here. A lot finer gravel. Look at a lot finer gravels. And then you get back down, and at the end of the run, end of this run here, tiny gravels. Okay, your sapphires ain't going to be in here. Your sapphires might be in here, but probably not worth digging. But when you get up to here, where the water's been at a high flow, it's been running down this little way here. It's been flowing over, and all these rocks that were sticking up like this, they've acted as riffles in a sluice. And it's trapped the bigger and heavier gravel. And that's where your sapphires are. So what we're going to do today is identify little runs like this and get some sapphires out of them. Another tip is that just like a sluice, now we've already dug the first of that, we've got a heap of sapphires out of that very first bit up there. As you come down this way, you're less likely to get sapphires. Okay, just like a sluice box. Most of the gold, if you've been gold sluicing, gets caught up the front of the sluice box. By the time you get down to the end, there's less and less and less. But we're going to take another bucket from here and have a look and see if there is anything in it at all. And yeah, we'll get back to you when we do that. And we're basically down to a clay layer there. And we'll shovel all that up into our bucket. Now the fun bit, folks, we've got our pay dirt back. Dug that little sluice run up there, that power sluice, nature's power sluice. Let's have a look at what we got. As I said, we've already done some. We've got some sapphires out of it. I'll show you them later. Working the back part of it, so not as likely as the front part of it. But let's have a look and see if there was any in it at all, and we'll know whether it's worth working the back part of other sluice runs in the future. I have found the front of the runs to be far better though. So just remember the sieving. I'll just go through it quickly. We've been through it on other videos. 1/8 sieve on top, sorry, 1/4 sieve on top, 1/8 sieve on the bottom. Fill it up. Now, The other good thing about these sluice runs like that is that we're picking the gravel off. It's come down the last flood. It hasn't. It's most of the time it's not hard, so that when we do this, it's very, very quick. All we just put in the water, shake it up and down, shake up and down, shake. Just give it a bit of a rub. Make sure the clay's. Give it a bit of a rub. Make sure the clay's coming out. Shake, rub. Now, there's not much likelihood of something in there, but if it is, I'll see it straight away. And no, and so still got plenty of room in there, in the bottom sieve. So we'll put another lot in, fill it up again, and we just repeat the process over and over and over. And wear gum boots, folks. Okay, and then the reveal. There is a good sign there, folks, and that is that we have a centre. A centre meaning a whole heap of the darker coloured rocks in the middle. Now, I'll just give you a look at that. There's definitely one sapphire there I can see, folks. So we'll just give you a quick look while we do this. So as you can clearly see there's darker rocks in one area. Should be right in the middle, but it's slightly off. That's okay, as long as all your darker rocks in the one area, and your most likelihood for sapphires is that they're going to be there. Now, I can see one straight away. Just having a look through, folks. We've pulled a couple out here. A couple of sapphires I've pulled out. We'll have a look at them later. And yeah, one of them's about a carat, so not totally hideous. You got there, honey? Nothing. But we'll have a look, keep having a look, and see how we go. Best way to do this is to, as you look through slowly, don't discount everywhere else. I have found them in other places, but just have a good look through the middle. Anything that might look like a sapphire, you can always check it later. That's one that looks, I don't know, not obvious like the others. My wife's telling me there's something here. Might not be. But just yeah, just slowly look through, because they can be quite deceptive, especially when you got little clear ones. Well, that's not a clear, that's a little green one, but Jesus Christ, how far across it? Little green one, but yeah. So yeah, have a good look through, folks, and I like to have a real good look through. Well, it was worth cleaning the back of that run out, even though most of the time they're not as productive as the front. Now, with your stones, folks, collect them all, regardless of what the quality is. If it's a sapphire, zircon, or whatever, put it in your jar. Time for sorting's of a night time. You know, you get a light under it, you have a look, and then you can assess your stones, whether they're worth keeping or they're crap, or they're just no good. But the time to do that's not out on the creek. On the creek is collecting, digging and collecting. That's what it's about. Okay, folks, found another little run. Don't know if you can see that, but it's high up either side. There's a gully comes through, and gully drains into here, and we've got this really narrow little run coming through here. And look, it constricts here. It constricts here. Look at that, through that tiny, constricts here through that tiny gap. See how there's hardly anything on the bottom there, and what is hard. Okay, so it constricts through that tiny gap, and then there's a hole here. So there's been a whole heap of water pushing through there, and it's pushed up all this gravel. This gravel will probably be all the way down there. So I want to dig this shallow bit there, down the bottom where it first comes. I'll dig the channel itself, and that you can see all the big rocks stuck in there. Okay, because anything that's caught down in there would have to be far heavier than anything that gets pushed up onto this bank there. You probably can't see, but there's, there's 8-9 inches of difference in height there, and that water's been pushing there and pushing all this stuff up with a great deal of force, because it's coming through that very narrow. So anything that's down there should be heavy. Let's test the theory. Okay, that's that bottom of that all cleaned out. A bit of stuff fell back in there, but I had that right down to thingo. And we've got a bucket. We've taken most of the big rocks out, so it's a bucket full of soil. So here, see how we go there. And now we'll have a look for another one and grab another bucket. Now once again, here's what we're looking for with our power sluice. We've got a clean run, light materials. And all of a sudden, we've got some rock on top there. A lot of it's off to the side, and there's not much. I can't see any real thicker gravel. But then we get another quick run here. You can see this basically, it's on a hard soil, so it's ran over the top of that, and it's left. And here we go, a whole heap there. And then out the back of this run, you can see the size of the gravel gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you're clay and silt down there. So we'll come back, and you might notice it's just on an inside bend there. We'll dig this material out of here and take all the big stuff out and see if there's any sapphires in that. So we found this other little run. The first thing to do, move all the big rocks out of the way. Already started. As you can. Always a good start when you spot a little tiny sapphire on top. Focusing on it, just go back. But anyway, there's one there, folks. Spotted that straight off top, so that's a good sign. As I said, see that it's hard there. Look at that, hard. It comes back, all this gravel. So it's a run, and all this gravel on an inside bend, which helps too. And look at the size of that gravel there, beautiful. And you know, we've already seen we picked a little fragment of sapphire out already. So we'll take all the material from this corner. Look at these bigger rocks with the stick. Nice bits of ironstone in there. You see a fair bit of ironstone, that helps too. Not them coloured rocks, you know what, these light ones. More of the coloured ones that are there. Down to the, there it is. Down to the clay layer there. Oh, I like that. There's a few black rocks on the bottom there. Scrape under that layer there. Looks like juicy stuff. Okay, now that we've scraped that bit up there, we're going to load it in the bucket. As I said, this seems to be the start of this run here. The juicy stuff, it's on the inside bend. It had the bigger gravel, you could visually see bigger gravel in it. It's loose. We're not really going to go down into the... Oh, we're just scraping down to where we can see some clay. And that's enough, it'll make your bucket lighter. Things you don't have to process, no sapphires in them big rocks. So yeah, it just makes it a bit easier. And or you may be able to get another bucket of your material, another shovel of your material in there. Anyway, let's go back and process. Okay, I just emptied that juicy bucket, which is, it's an 8 kilo bucket. There's probably about 6 litres of dirt in there only. Now, as I said, it was from the start of that run where we thought there'd be something. Now, have a look at the centre on that, on the flip over of the. Now we already pulled a bomb star sapphire out of the 8-inch sieve. wasn't very good. It's not worth showing you, but yep. And I know there's some, I can see sapphires in here already, so let's start pulling them out. I've already pulled one very nice. It's only small, but it's a very nice blue. Pulled out there. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's weird, isn't it? Very nice blue. You've got to take it away. Yeah, about there. Don't go closer. Robin will keep filming while I pick them out. Here's a green, about a carat. Oh, that I just left behind. I'll find it again in a minute, but here's the star. Oh, look at this. It's a nice looking star, that, I think. It's got chatoyance in it anyway, I don't know. A green star, maybe. There's 2 carats there. What else have we got? Well, here's another. Got a bit of iron staining on the outside, but another green. Another little green here. Oh, here's about a carat or more of yellow. Carat or more of yellow there. Carat of green. It's got some iron staining on it again, but it might only be on the outside there. Another one. Little sapphire. It's very dark. I don't know exactly. Can you see my hand there?
I can see your hand.
Yeah, they can't see. Very dark. I don't know what. I have to have a look at it under some light. There's another one here. Oh, another one here. There's another little one there. I don't know what. I have to have a light for that. It's very dark. Might be a blue. Another little one there. Once again, could be a bomb, could be blue, I don't know, but it's definitely a sapphire. Another one there. Another little green there. Yeah, there's another one here of some description. Oh, really?
That's pretty. That
Looks like a blue, maybe. We'll have a look at it under the light tonight. Another one here. Another green. A shame they're not bigger, but there's one there that's 2 carat. There's a couple of carat stones. Something else there, another little star. I think they're little black stars though, but they're very tiny. That's what they look like. And we're still not finished. Nothing there, darling. Well, here's another one. I think that's a bomb, but it's a sapphire. Just there. Here's another blue on the edge. Flies are getting a bit vicious. Little chip off a star sapphire. A bit bomby again. Okay, folks, I'm going to keep looking through that pile there, but and see if there's anything else hidden. But let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if this power sluicing the gemfields really works. What do we got there, Robin? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The dirt, we've got 18 sapphires. Now the biggest one there is probably 2 carats. There's a couple around a carat and there's a couple of very small stones. But that's not the point. We didn't have to dig very hard. It was all on the surface. The ground showed us where the sapphires were. We didn't have to randomly dig willy-nilly and hope for the best. The ground from all around it concentrated the sapphires into one place. Just a matter of reading the stream, but just like reading any stream really. We looked for a spot where there was a fast run of water There's some big rocks in the middle. Now, whether they got there because it's where the pressure dropped out, or is really irrelevant, because once one formed in that, those rocks formed the sluice bed. There's more and more rocks and they formed the sluice, and it gave these sapphires an area of low pressure over with this fast flowing water being the heaviest thing around to drop out into it. And on shallow ground like that, now we know that there was a flood here not long ago where those drains were full, and I don't doubt next time the same sort of thing will happen. You'll be able to come back here and get the easy gems. Anyway, we've got more easy gems to find, and we haven't done the second bucket yet. That's just the first. That was the first bucket from that. But to tell you the truth, just on the gravel size alone that we're in, that when we dug, I'd say this is more likely than the other. But that's why you do mobs in multiple, and you learn as you go. You can see, and then you can visualise what you need to find. Okay, for now, we're going to go get some more. As the apostle birds play and have a bath, and we at Gold Gems Treasure and Fish go searching for more runs, we'll leave you here for now. Hope you've enjoyed our little episode on power sluicing the gemfields and using those power sluices. Like, share,